In 1 year tomorrow, 1 year since the first Pfizer vaccines in the country were administered at the University of Maryland School of Medicine on the first phase of the trial.
WMER2 News' Abby Isaacs takes us back to that pivotal day and explains how the trial has evolved since.
Volunteers got their first shots 1 year ago, right here in Baltimore, when COVID cases were surging, when we were under a stay-at-home order. Now, some have volunteered for booster studies, with plans for more on the horizon.
It seemed like the only way that we would get out of this mess.
When third-year PhD candidate David Ruck got an email from the University of Maryland School of Medicine to participate in the first COVID-19 vaccine trial, he didn't hesitate to sign up.
Campus had shut down about 4 weeks before. In Maryland, cases were still rising, hospitalizations were rising, deaths were starting to rise.
But he had no idea his cat waking him up early the morning of the trial would mean he'd be the very first person in the country to get the Pfizer experimental mRNA vaccine.
I beat the next person coming in by 2 minutes, which is why I was scheduled to be the first person to get vaccinated.
A year in now, it's a source of pride. Millions have been vaccinated with Pfizer, and he and the rest of the volunteers will still be monitored for 14 more months.
It's been a very gratifying year and a ton of work.
Dr. Kirsten Like is the co-principal investigator for the Pfizer study at the School of Medicine.
We didn't know what the future held, but it was pretty scary with COVID, really just surging. And to be here now, what we thought was, kind of a small trial, and we had, of course, hoped it would be successful, has just exceeded our wildest expectations. So
she says now they're looking forward. Some volunteers have participated in booster studies, and they have ongoing Moderna and Novavax trials, all while battling vaccine hesitancy.
It's been tremendously safe and overwhelmingly more safe than the risk of getting COVID. So I think now is the time to say, join the herd maybe and get your vaccine so that we're all able to stop, ultimately with mask mandates and to move on with our lives.
The School of Medicine will soon be starting a new trial called Mix and Match, where they'll administer booster shots to people who have gotten any COVID vaccine. For WMAR2 News, I'm Abby Isaacs.